Hey there, Chris Clark here. Welcome back to my channel. A quick update before I get into today's video. I am back on Instagram at Chris Clark Homeschool is my handle, and I would love for you to come and follow me there. I will be sharing homeschooling and homesteading and motherhood content. You have to say hi to Tabitha. She came to say hi. This is our little rescue kitty. Today, I am just sharing the curriculum we'll be using for the 2023-2024 school year. So for us, some of our books we've already started and some we'll be diving into a little bit later in the fall. We switch levels like just as needed. So whenever we finish a book, we don't wait for the end of our school year. We just jump right into the next one. And so our beginning and ends are kind of all over the place, but that's what works for our family. We do some subjects together as a family. We really love to do that. So for us, our group subjects or our family subjects are science, history, geography, and then things like art or picture studies or anything that we're doing extra, music, PE. These are all done together as a group. So this year for science, we are doing Heaven and Earth, and we're utilizing the regular Heaven and Earth text that comes with a teacher guide from Master Books, and then also the Heaven and Earth for beginners for my youngest two. So this next year I'll have a 5th grader, a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, and a kindergartner. Those grade levels are very loose. We don't really adhere to levels, but for simplifying, explaining in a video, that's the grade levels that they are. We've actually already started this course, and it's working really well. The lessons do line up. I wasn't sure how perfectly that would work, but so far everything's lined up. Basically, I read from the Heaven and Earth beginners to everybody and then get the little kids going on whatever coloring page or activity page that they have. And then I read the more in-depth lesson to the older girls and get them started on their worksheet. Then we'll circle back when everybody's done and do, if any sort of activity or experiment or whatever, if there's a hands-on project, we'll do that together at the end. We are currently working in volume 3 of A Child's Geography, exploring the classical world, and we should finish that well before the end of the next school year, but we're just working through that one at our own pace. We're taking a break from history for the summer, and then in the fall we will start up with America's Story volume 2, which I'm really excited about. We loved volume 1. We do this as a read aloud as a family, and then I cherry pick worksheets for the kids to do. So that concludes the family subjects, and then we'll get into our independent subjects, which are math and language. So as you can tell, we use Master Books. We use Master Books for everything, as long as there is a Master Books resource available. So for my 5th grader, she'll be in Math Lessons for a Living Education level 5, and then she's in Language Lessons for a Living Education level 4. And then my 4th grader is using Math Lessons for a Living Education level 4 and Language Lessons for a Living Education level 3. My 2nd grader is using Math Lessons for a Living Education level 2 and Language Lessons for a Living Education level 1. She went through Foundations Phonics this last year at a slower pace, and so we're jumping into level 1 of language lessons. You can do them as a semester for language lessons and a semester for Foundations Phonics, but we chose to spread it out over a year. And if she works faster through level 1 of language lessons, then that's totally okay. Then my kindergartner will be using Math Lessons level K and Simply K. He finished Stepping Stones this year, and actually in most of the language lessons, they've already started on those, but they're in the middle of those levels, except for my 2nd grader. They'll be moving on to the next level of language lessons at some point in the middle of the year, but you know, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to put multiple levels in the video. And then finally, for our reading curriculum, my kids will pick out books at the library, or, you know, we have a lot of leveled readers. They have to read every day, and I like them to pick books based on interest. But as far as required reading, we do use pathway readers. So I have all the levels, the primer through 8th grade, and this is what they're required to read each week. So each child is in different levels, and these are, my kindergartner is not reading yet. So this is for my 2nd grader, and she's in the primer level. And then my 3rd grader going into 4th is currently reading the 3rd grade level. And then my oldest is reading the 4th grade level. So that is what we are using this coming year, and currently, since we've jumped into a lot of it already. But I'd love to hear what you guys are using. We don't really take a summer break. We usually kind of continue on with a much lighter load, but we try to do math and language reading, you know, every day. over the summer, just because I feel like when we take a full break, we tend to lose a lot of our progress, so that I'm reteaching the stuff that we just learned the year before. And so I feel like it's kind of spinning my wheels a little bit. So we like to plug along, although we do take breaks for vacations and trips and things, but we definitely keep a light school workload. And it also helps just we thrive on routine, and it seems to just evolve into chaos when we don't have it. So I personally like to still have a routine. So right after I finish this video, I am going to be filming some flip throughs of these courses that we're using. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Happy schooling.